Jay, there's a term floating around social media known as hustle culture, right? So this notion where you just got to work, 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 work. Like my mom would say, work your fingers to the bone kind of a situation. So just want to talk about where that idea and thought process came from, that you have to literally work yourself to death in order to get a level of success that you wanted. Then how did it develop into a cultural phenomenon?
Well, I don't know on how it developed into a cultural phenomenon, but I think that the baby boomer generation was told that, and them being the biggest generation, I think for millennials, but I think they probably still are the biggest. And they birthed the Gen X and millennial, a good portion of millennials, and they just pumped it into us, like work, 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 work. And then I think that we didn't catch the shift of that shit don't really work like that. And then you got social media now, with the, for me, I didn't pay attention to it, but I got like 3 people that I always think about now once I started hearing about this hustle culture thing. And I think about Diddy. Diddy used to always be all night, I don't sleep. Then Eric Thomas. I hated Eric Thomas for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know him personally, and I didn't hate him personally, but like the rhetoric, oh, you want to sleep more than you want to be successful. And it sucked to find out that he didn't really mean what he was saying. He was just saying that you didn't set a schedule or set up a situation. And if your schedule had to be that you had to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and do what you needed to do, then that's what you got to do. I respect that. Somebody who work at FedEx got to do that. They go to bed because FedEx workers start working at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, right? So saying that, but that wasn't going to sound cute on the internet. That wasn't going to be catchy. You wasn't going to be able to sell millions of T-shirts saying, just go ahead and set a schedule and get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So it was, you don't want to be up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning doing what you got to do. And I get it. And Gary V. Love Gary V. Gary V. Hustle, 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 hustle. But we found out that, not that either one of them gentlemen was lying, because that's not what the thing was, but for at scale and in the macro, like a lot of people, that's not going to work. And then I seen a lot of people trying to follow what they did and what they saying they did, right? and a lot of it was bullshit, because they really couldn't give you a formula of how to be successful. So everybody, just the easy way to say, just keep doing it, just keep working, it's going to happen. And that's where the problem, because what happens is this stems from first the job. And I think people don't analyze it enough to understand it's like, no, most jobs you can't duplicate success. It just happens to be when you get to that point of attack, meaning that place where you want to get to, like that high level management position, that's where the resistance starts to happen. I.e., somebody don't want you to get to that level, or somebody didn't move on, that somebody was in your position 10 years ago, moved up the ladder, and they just sat their ass there and not matriculate on to something else. And so now you got to get stuck at that level because they not trying to retire and all that other stuff like that, or move on. And so it became a lie. But back in those days, in the 90s and 80s, early 2000s, you can find a job where you can like literally see how you can climb your way up in that job. And the hard work did, pay off. I think that these kids now are just a whole lot smarter and a whole lot more information. And then what they're seeing is that the hard work is not paying off anymore. They're not getting what they need to get to, and their health is paying the price. We're not family oriented no more. We're not hanging out with our children anymore. We're not doing any of that. We don't have time for nothing, because hard work just leads to more work. You really get into that mind space of just saying, damn, I'm hustling for the bag, And once you got the bag, you can't even celebrate it, because you thinking about another bag. I ain't never seen so many rich motherfuckers selling something on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like the rich people we grew up with wasn't selling all this shit. Like, it's so many people, I'm a 10-figure entrepreneur. I make 10 figures a year, and they still selling some shit. Somebody lying. Somebody lying. And a lot of stuff, along with their course, they're selling hard work and hustle and grind. And it comes to something I said, when do we get a chance to celebrate? When do we get a chance to pat ourselves on the back? When have we actually arrived? Is it 100,000? Is it 1,000,000? Is it 10 million? You know, because we gonna keep putting Elon Musk in front of us and Bernard Arnault and all these people in front of us when we know that 99.5% of the world will not make the money that these people make in one generation. So when are we going to be okay with saying, you know what, I got a plan to get here, break through these barriers, and then I'm going to set my kids up or my next generation to break through the next barrier, next barrier, next barrier. Because average person that's walking, 99.9%, I say 99.5% of people walking is not going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to be a billionaire in one generation. It just don't work that way. It ain't even that much damn money. So what are we hustling so hard for? I don't think we know. And I think when we find out, then the culture won't be hustle or anything else. It'll be something different. It will be the success culture, because success means you achieve something. Everything we achieve, we can't celebrate because it's always on to what's next, what's best. This person got more. It's going to always be somebody with more. Now what?